Should Rockets make risky trade for Bulls' Lonzo Ball? Stay with us to see all the details. But first, if you're new here on the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any Houston Rockets news. Make sure to leave a like so YouTube can keep delivering the latest news from the Houston Rockets. The Chicago Bulls could benefit from moving Lonzo Ball's contract at the NBA trade deadline. Should the Houston Rockets consider making the risky move? It has been a tough last few seasons for Lonzo Ball regarding health. He's still dealing with a knee injury and has yet to appear in a game during the 2022-23 season. In fact, he's only played 35 games since joining the Chicago Bulls in the 2021 offseason. Should this pique the interest of the Houston Rockets ahead the NBA trade deadline? There is a lot to like about Ball as a player when he's on the floor. At 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan, he brings a lot of size and length to the point guard position. He is a competitive defender with playmaking ability and recently improved three-point shooting. There still are some things that could be improved with Ball's skill set based on what we saw when he was last active. He's not much of a threat to get into the paint as a scoring threat within the half-court. He can be timid in that respect. He appears best positioned to play next to a volume scorer in the ideal backcourt pairing. In a recent trade speculation piece, NBA Analysis Network constructed a deal to send Ball to the Houston Rockets. In exchange, the Bulls would receive Eric Gordon and a 2023 first-round pick (MILVHOU). There are a few benefits for the Rockets in such a trade scenario. Moving on from Eric Gordon would be a plus, considering he's 34 and naturally doesn't factor into the team's long-term plans. The Rockets are surely going to finish as one of the NBA's least successful teams by the end of the season. Ball could take his time in the recovery process to gear up for their 2023-24 campaign without it negatively influencing their draft outlook. Ball is signed through the 2024-25 season and will earn $20.5 million next season and has a $21.4 million player option in the final year of his deal. There is undoubtedly risk associated with taking on a contract of that size for a player that is working through injury rehab. Regardless, the fit next to Jalen Green could be intriguing. If the recovery process goes well for Ball after the Rockets are patient with letting him take his time, there will be an increase in trade value as a result. Perhaps Houston could later find a contender with a desire for Ball's skill set if they later decide to pursue such a route. Again, it remains to be seen when Ball will make a return to NBA game action. The Rockets can afford to be patient as he works his way back into doing so. Regardless, due diligence would be required. The willingness to send out an asset like the Milwaukee Bucks' 2023 first-round pick would likely come down to the Rockets' findings as they gather intel. If the outlook looks ugly regarding Ball's knee, then maybe a trade isn't even worth considering altogether. Again, it remains to be seen when Ball will make a return to NBA game action. The Rockets can afford to be patient as he works his way back into doing so. Regardless, due diligence would be required. The willingness to send out an asset like the Milwaukee Bucks' 2023 first-round pick would likely come down to the Rockets' findings as they gather intel. If the outlook looks ugly regarding Ball's knee, then maybe a trade isn't even worth considering altogether. Would you like to see the Rockets making a trade for Lonzo Ball? Comment your opinion. Stay tuned by subscribing so I can keep you updated on every Houston Rockets latest news.